I've come to San Francisco to check out the day game scene here. I've heard great things about day game here and I've heard terrible things. So I wanted to come and see what it's really like. I'm gonna be exploring the most popular day game areas here, coaching the student, and then while we're resting, having lunch, etc., I'm gonna shoot this video to tell you about the experiences we're having here and what day game is really like here. So we finished the first session and, well, the first thing we understood is the people seem to be pretty busy and always on a rush, but if you keep working on your attractive material, kind of teasing, and you're throwing out good stacks and really looking at what sticks, you will find some chicks that are definitely willing to talk to you and you can get some decent conversations in as well. But yeah, the first conclusion, everyone's busy. Now we're heading to the second location that we're going to explore after our break. We have explored two neighborhoods, Union Square and Marina. In Union Square, everyone seemed to be kind of in a rush and busy, so the sets were shorter. Whereas in Marina, they were way more receptive and smilier. Although we met a lot of girls who were married, with boyfriends, engaged, etc. So that's kind of a big con of this neighborhood. So we're gonna call it a day, head back to the apartment, chill, relax, and get back to it tomorrow. We're out again in the same area where we started yesterday, the area where the girls were not as responsive. We're trying to do two things differently today. Stronger stops, and the second thing is, after the initial attraction phase, having more solid topics, specific concrete topics, so that the conversations are a little bit more like in New York, shorter, on the topic, find out a few things about them, make sure to ground a little bit, close, and leave. That's it. Let's see how this goes today. End of session one of the day two. Well, we've realized a few things. First is, here you have to understand that not everyone will want to talk to you. Some girls are just busy, some are, I don't know, in a shitty mood, some are, they don't like you because you're too tall, too short, too white, too black, too very different reasons, yeah? But you gotta look for the ones that are willing to have a conversation on the street, and that's a big thing here. Even if you're doing everything right, it's just a lot of them are just gonna walk away. So that's thing number one. And thing number two is sort of the continuation of the previous point is we really noticed that there are two types of people on the street. One type of people are the typical San Francisco people, like they work in a tech company, they're dressed clean, and if you drop, like they are just, they're a different breed. Okay, that was too, I'm gonna get cancelled for that. Type 1 is people who work in the tech companies, they're like very clean, and you can kind of see by, they all look the same. Like everyone's a copy-paste version of the same. Like they all have the same vibe, they're dressed the same, they use the same cream on their face, so their faces look kind of, the skin is the same. And that's one group, and the second group is just everyone else. If you want to run decent day game sets here, just talk to everyone else. Because the other people were the more receptive ones. And to add, you can simply look for places where those people that aren't as tech oriented to hang out at. And we noticed that on the same street where we were walking, some parts of the street had people going from offices to for lunch or whatever, just for a walk in the middle of their workday. But there were some other parts where you saw more artsy people, a bit more hipster, if you can even use the term here, a bit more kind of edgy. So you gotta look for those places here. If you're in San Francisco and you want to get really amazing day game results, you gotta check out this area that we're going to right now. I have to admit it wasn't as bad as I thought. It looked pretty civil. It looked like a shitty neighborhood in Latin America, you know. We did see the one meth head with really nice tits, so some point in going to that neighborhood. With all of our hopes gone in the wind, we just grabbed an Uber and we are on the way to Marina, where we did the second session yesterday. So today we went to the marina a little bit later and there were much more nice chicks on the street, very beautiful girls. Again, a lot of them in relationships, married, engaged, etc. But that area is really cool if you go there a little bit later. Student did pretty well, understood exactly what he needs to work on, so that's really great. We're doing, I would say, pretty good. And tomorrow we're gonna go again. And tomorrow the whole thing of the video is gonna be, we're basically gonna do a review of Daygame in San Francisco, California. Oh, this doesn't burn anymore. See you tomorrow, guys. Day 3, we're both pretty tired. It's raining today in San Francisco, so we went to a shopping mall, 45-minute drive outside of where we were usually day gaming. We're gonna do 2 sessions, 4 hours, 20 sets here today, and then at the end of this day I'm gonna sit down and do sort of like a review of day game in San Francisco. We finished yesterday's session, but I was way too tired to finish the video, so now I'm in the airport in Atlanta and I'm heading to Buenos Aires in a few hours. So let's go over the main takeaways after a few days of day gaming in San Francisco. First, let's talk about types of girls you're going to meet in San Francisco. Well, a bit of everything: white, black, Latinas, Asians, very different levels of quality, so we didn't see that many real hotties, but they're definitely there. But most girls, a big majority, were fairly serious, work-oriented, and a lot of them were in relationships or married. And that's of course because San Francisco is a tech city, and because of that, I'm not really sure, but I think there are way more guys there than girls. What else? Oh yeah, and how we dealt with them being in relationships here is the student was simply teasing them about having one of those tech boyfriends who plays video games all day, to kind of see maybe someone is in that marriage, in that relationship, but maybe is open for some fun because, you know, maybe they're there for the wrong reasons. But that didn't lead anywhere, but I think it's still worth experimenting with that a little bit more. And when we're talking about day game ability, I would say it's pretty okay. You can get in 10 sets in 2 hours if you look hard enough. Of course, it's not going to be like many places in Europe or New York City, but it's still good enough in terms of volume. After coaching there for a few days, I started joking that these people will probably soon move their dating to metaverse, so they wouldn't have to talk to real people. And then I was joking that I would start making videos how to never get rejected in metaverse and how to day game in metaverse. So the myth is true. The people there are fairly serious.
I'm pretty sure you're not watching this because you're thinking about going on a day game trip to San Francisco. You're probably watching this because you live there or you're thinking about moving there. Well, if you live there now, you know it is day gameable. Yes, a lot of the sets will be short, but you can still find enough girls that are fun and would be fun to date. At least Student had met quite a few pretty amazing girls. But that being said, I'm not going back. I go to US to coach day game maybe once or twice a year, depending on how many students I have there, and I'm planning to be back there in spring, and I will have 2, maybe 3 coaching spots. So if you are from US and you want to work with me next spring, then click on the link in the description to learn more about how I usually coach students, how everything works. Fill the form at the bottom of the page and I'll send you all the details, the available cities, pricing, etc. Well, that's it for this vlog, and if you like this video and you want to see me travel to all types of cities and coach day game there and day game there myself, then you can obviously subscribe to the YouTube channel. I release videos whenever I have something interesting to show about the cities where I am, and next, in a few hours, I'm heading to Buenos Aires, so there's definitely going to be a bunch of content coming from there. See you guys in the next video.